Good morning. My name is Rory Houlihan. I ran for U.S. Senate this spring, 2016, to stop the ticking time bombs so I could put our economy on track for a bright new day instead of all things ending. Let me educate you on the ticking time bombs and give you the rest of the story. Part 11B. A few can ruin things for the many. There are a few ticking time bombs I need to talk about in the subject of gay and transgender. Let's start with the anti-gay statement in the New Testament, accredited to Paul and most likely came from St. Valentine, whose day we celebrate on February 14th. St. Valentine was a Catholic bishop who lost his head, literally speaking, because St. Valentine married Roman soldiers to women. And the Roman generals, under the orders of the Roman rich senators, wanted Roman soldiers only to have gay relationships with men to, quote, strengthen the soldiers' bonds. But if a soldier died and had a wife, she had a claim to a soldier's plot, a parcel of land in a conquered land, so that she and her children could live off of. A fellow soldier would have no claim. If a Roman soldier died unmarried to a woman, his plot would go up for sale to pay for the costs of the army, and the Roman rich could get this land for their children on the cheap. Remember, the firstborn inherited the main estate. The others were given lands as wedding presents in a far-off conquered land. There is a reason why we ended up with a feudal system after the fall of Rome, with kings, barons, and fiefdoms. Another ticking time bomb is the perceived connection high OT oxytocin, the empathy or mother hormone that counts for being more numerous in high in gay men, leading to a loose belief that higher OT men are more susceptible to the effects of those female hormone mimicking chemicals. Sterilization process affecting good men more is actually chilling, because that would mean that low or no OT men, the robbers, the rapists, the killers, and the mass murderers, those men would reproduce more and more, but children from good men would be more likely to be sterilized. As a farmer raising free-range chickens, I know the two rules of domestication. Rule one, you save the best and you eat the rest. Rule number two, only the most tame is fed and bred. We have been domesticating plants and animals for like the past 40,000 years. But most folks don't realize that we have also been domesticating ourselves. When I have read the book of Deuteronomy, the only way some of these laws make any sense, like killing not only the rapist, but the raped woman, is that this law is here to make sure that no future low or no OT men are born. Could this mean that according to God the Father, that if a woman is raped, she has to have an abortion? Rule 2, only the most tame is fed and bred. Could that be what's behind that law? I always thought that God the Father was a farmer. Has it ever occurred to any of you that rapists rape to make more rapists? There is a reason why the Jews wandered the desert for 40 years. That was to take care of and get rid of the evil men and women, the low OTs from the Jewish nation, at least the stupid ones. Understand, in the desert, the Jewish nation had to move at least on a weekly, if not daily basis, because of limited resources. No place, no time for jails. This only gave God the Father one option. That was to take care of and get rid of the bad little boys with not nicey-nicey domestication laws. God started out with 10 simple commandments and ended up being forced to have spelled out 5,000 commandments because of bad little boys. Have you ever thought that God the Father's goal is to make humanity more humane? Do you realize that you can't put 200 chimpanzees in an aircraft for a 2-hour flight? After just 2 hours, there will be just one chimpanzee. But we have cities all over the world with over 1 million people, and they function quite well. People want to move into them. That is incredible. Maybe this is because mankind is the most domesticated animal on earth, thanks to some part to God the Father. But our focus is no longer that. I will talk about this later on. I have worked in retail for the past 18 years, and I am very well aware that a few can ruin for the many. I've seen it over and over. Right now, psychopaths and sociopaths represent an estimated 10% of the US population, more than the 6% gay population in the US. Imagine that! Do you think that you can do very well in business if you don't give a damn about anyone? Use and abuse the folks to the max. Has the door been opened by this election for them? I will repeat over and over that I stood out of corporate aircraft for like a decade. And there are some CEOs I would follow to the end of the earth, and some I wouldn't turn my back on. They quite honestly scared me that they have so much power. You aren't making correct decisions for our future because you don't see the situation as a struggle between the killers and the murderers. But I do. You don't understand that rapists rape to make more rapists. You don't see that evil men use and abuse to show others how effective use and abuse is for getting rich and powerful, and so others follow their lead. That's called corruption. The smart psychopaths and sociopaths don't rape just women, they rape businesses and our society on a massive scale today. A few uncontrolled by law can ruin it for the many, us hardworking folk. Without the Father's 5,000 to take care of and get rid of domestication laws, humanity would have never been ready for the coming of Jesus Christ and his new and better laws of the New Testament. When conservatives are asked about these Deuteronomy laws, they say, we ignore these laws. They don't pertain. I say ignore the Father's laws and go to make humanity more humane at our Christian society's peril. You have a good and blessed Sunday, December 4th, and see you again. Bye.